Going to win, we are going to have victory, and we are going to show the rest of the country what leave no one behind is supposed to look like.
Right now on the news at 11, a big day for Maryland Governor Wes Moore. He officially launched his re-election campaign, making stops in Baltimore and Prince George's County. Thanks for joining us on WUSA 9. I'm Leslie Foster. Governor Moore looked back at what he's accomplished and even took some jabs at the White House, but he says there is still more work to do. Our Matthew Torres was at the governor's campaign event in Largo and sat down with him for an interview you'll only see on WUSA 9.
I'm proud to stand with each and every one of you in this space right now to officially kick off my campaign for re-election as governor of the state of Maryland.
Maryland Governor Wes Moore officially kicking off his re-election campaign, running along his Lieutenant Governor Aruna Miller with the message of leaving no one behind.
It's a philosophy that says we don't have to choose between winners and losers.
Governor Moore is touting 55,000 new businesses in Maryland, raising the minimum wage, significant investments in childcare and HBCUs, and dropping the violent crime rate.
And by the way, to all them folks in Washington, and we didn't need the National Guard to do it either.
Moore taking aim at President Donald Trump.
Is there any way to work with the president at all?
Absolutely. I will work with anybody, but I will bow to nobody.
But Moore says he is working with the administration to help redevelop Baltimore's Key Bridge. He wants to accomplish what he describes as unfinished business, addressing childhood poverty, finishing the Purple Line, building the Sphere at National Harbor, and growing the economy, especially after passing a challenging budget, closing a $1.5 billion deficit without raising taxes. Critics, though, say it's only delaying the inevitable.
Do you think we should be expecting any increase in fees or taxes?
I think the thing that I inherited was just generations of people kicking cans down roads. My plan is not to hand that off to my successor. We are going to fix this. We're going to fix the fact that Maryland is just spending too much and not having an economy that's actually growing at pace. That we can be both fiscally disciplined and also have a laser focus on economic growth.
Top of mind, the Supreme Court's decision that limits an anti-discrimination provision of the Voting Rights Act, opening up a gerrymandering war across states.
This is a very deliberate attempt in broad daylight that the president is trying to alter the November elections and every election after that.
Moore has pushed to redraw Maryland's Democrat-heavy congressional map, but state Democrats failed to compromise. Moore still supports the effort. Meanwhile, Moore is grateful he signed the Maryland Voting Rights Act into law before the Supreme Court decision.
I just believe that is why it is important for every single state to know your rights and for every single state to defend democracy.
Defend, a message he'll likely weave throughout his campaign months before the November election. Matthew Torres, WUSA 9.
On the Republican side, 9 candidates have filed to run for governor, including Dan Cox, who Moore defeated back in 2022. Other notable names include businessmen Ed Hale and John Myrick, who previously ran for U.S. Senate.